evening and welcome to another edition of 8GP Sport. For today, I'm Jaden Samuels. Thanks for joining us. We begin with some cricket news. It will be an England and New Zealand World Cup final after the pace proved too much for Australia. England winning by 8 wickets. Here is that story.
England had beaten Australia by 8 wickets to go into the 2019 Cricket World Cup final, where they will play New Zealand on Sunday at Lord's. The defending champions found themselves in early trouble at 14 for 3 after deciding to bat first, with England exploiting the early sea movement on offer at Edgbaston before Jafara Archer bloodied Alex Carey's jaw with a vicious short ball. Carey went on to put on 103 alongside Smith, who rarely trilled in his 85 from 119 balls, but his tournament best innings helped Australia to 223 all out in 49 overs as they bid to extend their unbeaten sequence in the World Cup semi-finals. Chris Wokes and Abdul Rashid each rose to the occasion with 3 wickets apiece as they attempted to win a knockout match in this tournament for the first time since 1992. It was Archer who set the tempo with the initial breakthrough, removing Australia captain Aaron Finch, who registered a century against the hosts in their group meeting at Lord's last month, but came up short this time around. Australia losing their last 3 wickets in the space of 12 balls, Wokes finishing as they pick up the bowlers with 3 for 20. England's response was second to none, bringing up the 100 in quick time without losing a wicket meant England were in control of the match with only 223 runs to be made. Jason Roy remained among the runs, top scoring with 85, Johnny Bairstow 34. Then in came captain Ian Morgan 45 and Joe Root 49, taking England into the final against New Zealand after 27 years. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport.
More cricket news. The Buxton Carl Hooper Cricket Club will host its 14th annual 2-week cricket camp from August 3 at the club's ground on the east coast of Demerara. Stanford Howard tells us more.
The club was founded in 1992 and played in tape ball competitions before being officially launched as the Buxton Carl Hooper Club in 2002, when Hooper was appointed West Indies captain. The Buxton Club is one of the strongest cricket teams on the East Coast and has produced former national under-19 all-rounder Clive Andrews, who is one of the leading all-rounders in East Coast cricket, although he's finding more success as a footballer. The camp will cater to children between ages 7 to 19 from August 3rd. President of the club, S.E. Peters, says this cricket camp held during the school vacation has been running for the last 13 years, and the organizers are catering for 40 students, both male and females. He added that the camp will facilitate participation from Buxton and villages in proximity. Sessions will include technical, practical, physical, and off-the-field activities from 9:30 hours to 1500 hours daily. Facilitators will soon be identified for daily sessions, but former Guyana and Berbice senior inter-county off-spinner Sean Devers have made a commitment to help as a bowling coach. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
In football news, the Guinness Greatest of the Street Georgetown Zone is here again and is set to kick off at 19 hours Friday evening at the National Cultural Centre Tarmac. The tournament in its 10th year is looking to yield larger turnouts. The details in this report.
32 power teams will go head-to-head playing in the Georgetown zone of the Guinness Greatest of the Street Football Showdown, a tournament that bleeds momentous cash prizes. According to the organizers from 3 Pete Promotions and Banks DIH Limited, the winners of the Georgetown Zone Championship will walk away with a trophy and $500,000, while second and third place finishers will pocket $3,000 and $200,000 respectively. Speaking at a press briefing held at Banks DIH, Communications Manager Troy Peters explained that the company is pleased with the strides of the tournament in addition to its growth over the past 10 years. Matches are scheduled to take place at the National Cultural Centre Tarmac, the Burnham Court Tarmac, and the debutant venue, the National Racquet Centre. The matches will take place on July 13, July 19, 20, 26 and 27. The grand final is set for August 3. Jaden Samuels, HGP Sport.
In Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica put a halt on Trinidad and Tobago dominant run in the West Indies Rising Stars Under-17 Championship when they defeated the home team by 2 runs at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. All 3 matches in the round 3 were disrupted by rain, with the match between Barbados and the Leeward Islands being abandoned altogether because of a waterlogged outfield, with the Barbadians on 54 for 2 after 14 overs. Trinidad and Tobago won the toss and sent the Jamaicans in for first strike, while Guyana won the toss at Gilbert Park and asked the Windward Islands to bat first. Both decisions came back to haunt the teams as they both lost their matches via the Duckworth system and Stern method. Rugby news. The Guyana Rugby Football Federation reviewed its poor performance at the just concluded Rugby Americas North Sevens tournament. Keeping us informed, Samuel Gillis.
At the Truman Budden Sports Complex in the Cayman Islands, Guyana's Ruggers, the Green Machine, finished 6th in the Rugby Americas North Sevens tournament, continuing their unpleasant form of recent, losing 19-7 to Trinidad and Tobago, 14-12 to Cayman Islands, before being crushed 42-7 by Jamaica and 47-5 by Canada. The Guyanese players managed 1 win against Trinidad in the plate semi-finals before losing the plate final to the 6-man Cayman Islands team. However, both the captain of the team, Jamal Angus, along with player coach Claudius Butt, noted that poor preparation and lack of domestic tournaments were the major contributing factors to the team's poor performance. Guyana last won the ARIAN tournament in 2016, but lost agonizingly in the 2017 and 2018 finals, which made this 2019 performance even more dreadful. The next tournament for the team will be the men's sevens in the 18th Pan American Games, which will be held in Peru from the July 26 to August 12. Head of the GRFU, Peter Green, during yesterday's press briefing said that he has made a request to the Guyana Football Federation to use their National Training Center's artificial turf at Providence to help the team prepare in dry conditions during the current wet season. For HGP Sport, I am Samuel Gillis.
And finally in sport this evening, some international tennis news. Both Serena Williams and Simona Halep marched into the 2019 Wimbledon final after eliminating their semi-final opponents on Thursday. Here is that story.
Simona Halep, 27, took center court in the first 2 semi-finals on Thursday and was she in a hurry to get off the court as she took only 43 minutes to dispatch her opponent. Halep, who has only 1 major singles title under her racket, is looking to put another, and this time it's to Wimbledon. Halep, who won the French Open last year, destroyed number 8 Elena Svitolina in straight sets, despite the Ukraine tennis player's strong fight to get to the semi-finals. Former world number 1 Halep wasted no time taking the game away from the number 8 seed, despite having 3 double faults, but managed 68 points to cement herself in her first Wimbledon finals with a 6-1 6-3 win. Serena Williams, 37, has booked her 11th Wimbledon finals after crushing Barbara Sukova in the semi-final, with a dominating performance that displayed the power of the 23-time Grand Slam singles winner, and did so with a win of 6-1, 6-2 in 59 minutes on center court to set up a final match against Simona Halep. The match is on Williams' racket and she'll be the strong favorites not only because of their head-to-head, which she dominated 9-1, but also because of their matchup. For HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
That concludes our cast for this evening. I'm Jaden Samuels, reminding you, as always, say yes to life, yes to sport, and no to drugs. Good night.